Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Jaywalker. Today, we're in Salt Lake City Cemetery, kind of up on the northern end of City Cemetery, looking for one of the more interesting people in Salt Lake City, and for that matter, LDS church history. Join me on the Jaywalk, won't ya? So in previous videos, we talked about strange circumstances surrounding people's deaths. Darius Flinders, found hanging on his bed. Eva Titcomb Smith, who got caught in an extramarital affair while her husband was off fighting in World War II in France. Or sometimes just something weird with different graves. Lily Gray, victim of the Beast 666. All three of those I'll link down here in the description. Today's video is nothing quite like that. Kind of a almost happy story about just a really interesting guy. Check it out. So underneath this headstone is Brigham Morris Young. Morris, as he was called, was the 35th child of Brigham Young, and I believe the only child between Brigham and his 25th wife, or different number of wife depending on which list you look at. Her name was Margaret Pierce. And Margaret was married prior to being married to Brigham Young. She was married to a man named Morris Whiteside. Their marriage only lasted about 7 months, ending in Morris's death. So Morris's claim to fame isn't so much that he had a famous father. Wasn't that, he was the son of Brigham Young. Kind of comes into light that is part of the deal here. He performed a vaudeville act, as it were, back in the late 1800s, starting in 1885. So he was very much an upstanding member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He served 3 missions. He helped found what is now the Young Men's Organization, for basically the teenage boy organization in the church, and served faithfully for his entire life. This vaudeville act, though, was a woman, a dandy Italian woman, that he called Madame Paterini. It was after his second mission. He came back from that second mission in 1883. He was married with a few children at the time, at least 3 that I can remember, possibly even more by this time. Now, his father died in 1877, so we're looking at 1885 when he started up this act as Madame Paterini, and apparently he was very good, had a very convincing, very commanding falsetto voice, and a pretty darn good Italian accent. That's really his story. He was pretty famous around and did it for a number of years, at least into the 1890s, maybe into the early 1900s. He, it was just very interesting person. So a lot of the small distilleries around here like to poke fun at Mormon culture, LDS culture, Utah culture. One of the distilleries here in Utah, it's called Ogden's Own. It's up in Ogden. Distill and have named one of their gins Madame Paterini after Morris. I've not tried it, but apparently I heard it's pretty good. Thanks for joining me on today's Jaywalk. We'll see you around soon.